Breaking news in Tacoma after a trooper was hit and killed while responding to a crash. WSP has identified her as 29-year-old Tara Marysa Guting. Tacoma police are leading the independent investigation, and we're learning the driver that hit her stayed on scene and was cooperative. There's no word yet on arrests or potential charges for that driver. The cause of the crash has not yet been released. The State Patrol expressed this is a difficult time for the entire agency and really everyone in law enforcement learning of this news. This morning, we turn to King 5 law enforcement analyst John Urquhart for more perspective. John, thanks so much for being with us.
Good morning.
Now, as a former sheriff yourself here in Washington State, walk us through the impact that's felt when a notification is made to a law enforcement member's family and also their fellow deputies, officers, or troopers.
Well, it is a difficult situation. You know, we get up every morning or every evening and go to work and expect to come home. And we do that day in and day out. And then when something like this happens, even if it's a different agency, it's a real wake-up call. It brings us up short, and we need to think about what we do every day, because it does happen, and it could happen to us.
And State Patrol mentioned resources will be available to troopers who are processing this tragedy happening just more than 12 hours ago. What kind of support does that include, John?
Well, you know, we are, at the end of the day, we're just one big family. And families come together when there's a trauma that occurs, especially a death like this one. So there will be resources available to the family. The State Patrol will work very closely with the family, and there'll be resources available for any trooper or other police officer that needs it in dealing with this particular tragedy that just comes out of the blue, that you can't really prepare for, but it does happen.
And, you know, we shared stats about the line of duty deaths last hour, John. And for Washington State Patrol's 105 years of service, there are 34 deaths. And the majority of those line of duty deaths were caused by crashes with a trooper either inside their vehicle or outside of it, or it was a motorcycle collision when the agency was solely a motorcycle agency. Is that surprising to you? To hear that that's more the cause of death?
Not at all, especially for a highway patrol agency like the Washington State Patrol is, where they're out on the interstates, on state highways, where the speeds are much faster. They're out of their cars and dealing with these types of situations much more often than the local police departments or sheriff's deputies are. But if you look nationally at officer-related line-of-duty deaths, I should say, line-of-duty deaths, you know, you think about gunfire as being the most common, and in fact it is, but traffic-related run a very, very close second. Every single year, day in and day out, within the number 10 or 12, traffic-related fatalities approach gun-related, firearm-related fatalities. So I'm not the least bit surprised that this is what's happening with, or has happened with State Patrol.
All right, and this week we did see several other patrol troopers hit on some of the roads here across western Washington. WSP's chief, John, offered his condolences to everyone impacted, especially Trooper Guting's husband and family in Hawaii. He also had a message for everyone about safe driving. As former law enforcement and someone still so close to the community, what's your message to folks, especially as we head into winter driving as well?
Well, I think my message would be the same as Chief Batiste's, and that is slow down. Watch out for other drivers, people that might be out of their car, not just police officers or state troopers, but everybody. We've all seen what the weather has been like the last few days, and we've got several more months of bad weather. So if there's one advice that we could give, it's just please slow down and watch out for other people out there. Right. This is a terrible, terrible tragedy for everybody, including the community.
Right, and avoid distracted driving or driving while under any influence as well. We really appreciate your time this morning. This is John Urquhart. You were hearing from our King 5 law enforcement analyst. Thank you, John.
Thank you.